So what is a balanced scorecard? It's an approach for deciding what types of goals and specific metrics are useful for an organization. And in particular, it asks organizations to use 4 perspectives when thinking about those goals and metrics. Those perspectives are the customer and stakeholder perspective, an internal process perspective, innovation and learning perspective, and a financial perspective. So where did the Balanced Scorecard come from? It was created by Kaplan and Norton in the 1990s, focused on the private sector. Their argument was that too many companies were focused on just financial indicators. They needed a more balanced set of indicators to ensure their longer-term success. Government agencies then picked up that framework, the Balanced Scorecard, and adapted it to better fit the public sector. So to go a bit more deeply into the 4 perspectives, the first one, customer and stakeholder, asks, how do we look to customers and stakeholders, and what types of outcomes are we trying to achieve? The second perspective, the internal process one, asks, what must we excel at as an organization? A third perspective, innovation and learning, asks, how do we continue to keep improving what we do? And the financial perspective asks, how do we look to appropriators or funders? Here's an example of the Balanced Scorecard used by the U.S. Postal Service, and you can pause the video to take a closer look. But the important point is they adapted the 4 perspectives to fit their own needs, and those perspectives in this case are developing people, managing costs, improving service, and growing revenue. You can see the tie to the original Kaplan and Norton perspectives, but they usefully adapted them to fit their own needs. So to recap, why use a Balanced Scorecard? If you're trying to create an organizational radar for the important drivers of success for your organization, I think it's a very useful starting point. It's particularly useful because it asks organizations to look at not only current performance, but also what are the building blocks for continued success.